guys, happy Monday. It's Stephanie here with Festive Creations by Stephanie, where we not only inspire and mentor you to make beautiful things for your home, we also provide you the supplies to do so, and we teach you how to grow your online business. Come on in, say hey. My famous 3-ribbon bow, and if you've never watched that video, I am gonna give you a close-up version of that. So for this 3-ribbon bow, if you can only guess, it's gonna take 3 ribbons. We're gonna use all 2.5-inch ribbon, and the 2.5-inch ribbon that I picked out for this is, I have this plaid that has some beautiful mustard, rust, burgundy. It's got some yellow in it. We have our tan ribbon, a solid, and then this gorgeous fall leaf ribbon in the fall colors as well. Now, I do use a spool holder. You guys can make this spool holder if you got somebody that's got a drill. It just takes some dowel rods and 3 holes, not all the way through. And it measures it measures 21 inches in length. Do 3 holes, and it's great to use for your 25-yard rolls too. But we're going to use the spool holder and hold over all of our ribbon. All right, so to do the 3-ribbon bow, if you do not have a spool holder, I'm telling you, it's best to just throw these rolls of ribbon on the floor. Throw them on the floor. You will get so less frustrated. All right, so I have my ribbon all lined up, and I like to put the one that I want to show on top back here, and you'll see here why in a moment. I'm going to bring my ends out, and let me see if I can zoom in any more, y'all. There's a little bit more. So I'm going to bring my first one out. I'm going to bring my second ribbon, and I'm using all 2.5 tonight, and we're going to lay that right on top of that one. And then my third ribbon, which I want to be the most prominent one, is going to be right on top there. So first thing is I stack them, and by using my spool holder, it's all flowing around there all together. Once you get your ribbon laid out, now we're going to bring back our easy bow maker, and depending on how long you want your tails and what you want your envision to be, because this 3-ribbon bow can be just about anything you want it to be. I, however, am not going to have tails on mine. So I'm going to dovetail these ends. So I've dovetailed those, and I'm going to make this about a 7-inch. So I'm coming out to the 7-inch mark on our easy bow maker. Then I'm just going to take my ribbon right there, give it a good twist, and now all 3 of them are together. Very carefully pull my ribbon out. Now the ugly side is facing me, and I'm going to come out to this one, out to the 7-inch mark. So I'm at the 7-inch. Find my point, give it a twist, push that down in there, and now we have our first loop. I'm going to do the opposite, come around here to 7-inch, give it a twist, and there is our first loop. So we're going to do 2 of these. So let's do one more set. And so we have now 2 bows or 2 loops at 7-inch on each side. Now this time I'm going to come in to about the 5-inch mark, and we're just going to keep twisting and pushing, twisting and pushing. So I'm going to come in about 5 inches because 1 inch makes it look really crowded sometimes depending on your ribbon and how many ribbons you're using. So I'm going to come in about 2 inches, give it a good twist. And now we've layered in another 2 inches. The final one, I'm going to come in just a little under that, so about 4 inches, and do one more. Give it a good twist. Actually, this final one, I don't even have to twist. So we've got 7, 7, a 5, and about a 4. There is our measurements right there. I'm going to bring my tails out and cut those off. I'll come back to those in a minute. And now I'm going to take my piece of wire and we're going to wrap it up with the wire. I love making this bow because it's like a one-stop shop and it allows me to have a very full, vibrant bow. And I didn't even have to change the ribbons, y'all. I didn't keep changing ribbons. Now, all right, let me get this wrapped up and let me zoom out just a little bit here. And see how thick that is right there. So it's going to be kind of thick in the center, and that's normal. Hey, Miss Marcy, how are you, cuz? One thing when you're making bows, if you're new to bow making, when it comes to adding your wire, twist the ribbon, not the wire. You will get a tighter grip on your bow and the bow itself will be tighter if you twist the bow instead of the wire. A little helpful hint from Heloise there. All right, I'm not even going to bother fluffing this out yet, because it's always easier to do that once it's anchored to something. His favorite. All right, so rather than me trying to fumble and hold on to this while I'm spreading out my bow, my ribbon, I'm just going to attach it to my grapevine. And I'm going to slide those wires down in there. And it gives it an anchor. So I'm not fumbling with my hands trying to hold on to it with one hand, fluff out my bow with the other. Can y'all hear Gary singing? He's in there practicing. Ohio's in the house. Howdy, neighbor. And I'm going to give this a couple of good twists because I want it tight on there. I don't want this sucker moving. Another good reason not to have it fluffed out, because I would have just smushed it all down anyway. So I'm going to give that a good twist. Take my wires and push them back into the grapevine. Oh, I forgot I needed to change my skewer here. Ouch. I use a wooden skewer and just dip it in the glue pot, and I put it right over that wire so that the wire doesn't shift, and it definitely will keep from scratching my customer's door, right? All right, so while that is cooling off, what I like to do is take my pliers and just set it right underneath there so it doesn't get on my mat. We're going to dovetail these ends, and let's make this bow into something gorgeous. Right. So I start at the bottom, and I will bring each ribbon out, and you notice how I just kind of twisted that? I give it a little twist and pull. So that little twist helps it get unbunched from the center. So I do one side, and now I'm going to come over here and do the other. Can you guys hear Gary playing? He just booked his first acoustic gig ever. He's going to be playing for money. Guys, Gary's been playing for money in bars and such since he was, I want to say, 9 years old. He enjoys his music, that's for sure. There's my ribbon tails. And now I'm going to go the next layer up. A wreath almost. Last week had a wreath almost all ready to go. My kitty snuck in the craft room for 3 hours because I didn't know he was in there and made the wreath a bed. Oh my gosh. You know, Linda, so that's where you go, okay, well, practice makes perfect, right? Did you like the first one better than the second one? Or did you get better with age? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. Who said hello? Hello, everybody. Okay. Look, he's cracking me up in there. So I'm just flipping back and forth from side to side. And spreading these out. This makes such a gorgeous bow, y'all. The 3-ribbon bow. And we are on the home stretch. We are in the last loop. And then I'm going to zoom in here for a second and show you. I try, when I'm spreading out my loops, I try not to stack them so that it's the same ribbon on top of each other. And those of you that make bows often, I know you know what I mean. But, okay, give up the pliers, please. So when I am laying out my ribbon, I don't want the 83 degrees. Oh my gosh, Kim. Yeah, we got pretty warm today too. So I try to keep so that there's not two of the same color right on top of each other. And look, and it makes a beautiful bow. Doing all 3 ribbons. And of course you can do this with, you know, use a 1.5 inch there. The 2.5 inch, I like to use at least 2.5 inch when I do this. But you can throw in a 1.5 in there too, and it still makes a beautiful bow. So I'm not going to play with it too much because, you know, as we go forward here, we'll probably mess it up. But did you notice how much easier it is to spread the loops on it because I had it attached to that grapevine? It's like a little anchor for me. Now you can take this easy to make bow and attach it to your grapevine, your mesh wreath, a staircase, a mailbox, wherever you want to hang a beautiful bow. I hope you've enjoyed making your bow.